NJ show. It is so good to be back. It's so good to be back. How's everyone doing? Leave me some comments. Let's get some comments up in here already. Let's double check to see that we're live and that we are kicking. So good to be back. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Past NJ. It's very, very good to be back. Hope you guys are all doing well. Leave me some comments. Hafuel, happy Monday to you, my brother. Vinit, good to see you. Hello, all. Good afternoon from Vienna. Happy Monday. Good afternoon to you too, my mate. Min, my brother from Vietnam, always good to see you. Phil, the Flying Frenchman. It wouldn't be a stream if Phil wasn't here. All right. Phil is an OG of the show. He's somebody that really, really loves the NJ community. Big shout out to Phil. Stephen, another OG of the NJ community. It's so good to have you guys here. So good to have you guys here. Marta, great to see you, Marta. Thank you for joining. Cryptique, it's good to see you, brother. D. Ibrahim, great to see you, my bro. Heath, what's Heath saying? NJ, my guy, I hope you had a lovely weekend, my bro. Well, Heath, Health Hustle, sorry. I'm glad you're doing good, my bro. Good energy from you. I've missed you all as well. Let's get some few more comments in. We've got Meg. Hello, Meg. Good to see you, love. Cheers. Thank you for joining the stream. Arkalianu. It's not a stream without Arkalianu, isn't it? And we've got KAR Crypto here as well. Always working hard here every single day, putting the work in. KAR is a good example of somebody who's starting out and really putting the work in. So I'll be keeping an eye on KAR Crypto. Mike Bots says, love your show, man. Look, brother, thank you very much for the love. I'm getting some good positivity today, you know. I'm feeling this. August, how's it going, August? August says, hit the like button. So make sure you guys are hitting the like button. God, the comments are really coming in. We've got Kalayan says, yo, NJ, glad to catch you, our alpha news and trading man. Well, we've got Kalayan in the chat. I've got to deliver. Aromatic, we need some good bants from you today, my brother. You're going to comment and narrate the show for us. Mike Bot again. Crypto Mac, good to see you, brother. Thank you for joining the show. Lily, I give you a heart right back, brother. Heart right, that's an ugly heart right back for you right there, my G. Edwin says deviation, bruv. Deviation, cuz, yeah? All right. Edge says cheers from Jakarta. And finally, we've got Nicholas Williams, who says best way to start the day. Okay, last one. Last two. We've got Salam from AC. Every single episode, AC comes in and says Salam. And finally, H says yay. All right. Let's kick the show off. So, Today's episode is going to be mainly focused on TA. It's a Monday, so we're going to talk charts. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about altcoins. Now, there is a question going around across Twitter, across Telegram. The question being, is the Ethereum Merge going to bring back the bull market? It's a very interesting question and one that we should all probably comment on and make our own opinions on. All right? So what we're going to do today when we're looking at the charts, we're not just going to look at the lower time frame because there are 3-4 high probability scenarios that can happen on the lower time frame. We all know this. We know how the trading game works. But more so, when you look at the macro, it tends to usually narrow itself down to 1 or 2 scenarios. You know, market will do whatever it wants to do. But using the macro, you can really help confluence where the market is going. Now, I'm seeing a lot of debate going across Twitter at the moment where people are confused. They're using the concept of a fundamental, which is the Ethereum Merge, and this is huge news, and they're applying it in today's market. Now, throughout the course of the episode, I'm going to try to explain to you guys how this caught me out back when I was in 2018. I used to believe that fundamentals were more important than the cycle that we were currently in. Now, I did an episode recently. I've put it in the education playlist. The episode that I did recently was to do with market cycles. And you know what? I know it's a boring song that I keep singing. I keep talking about these market cycles. All right. And I keep talking about the bull market, the bear market accumulation, and where we are in those cycles. If you haven't watched that video, I highly advise you go to the In It for the Tech YouTube channel, go to the educational playlist, and have a look at that market cycle video because it will help you understand that fundamentals only come into play when fundamentals matter. Okay? The fundamentals only work depending on the market cycles we're in. If we're in a bullish market, bullish fundamentals will work. If we're in a bearish market, bearish fundamentals will only work. And if we're in accumulation, then it doesn't matter who's talking about Bitcoin, it's never going to go up. Not until the accumulation is finished. So I'll tell you what, let's kick the episode off. Let me share my screen. Okie dokie, there we go. So what's going on today? So we'll kick it off with a bit of Forex Factory. We need to know what's going on with traditional markets. Okay, that will significantly impact what happens in crypto, as we all are aware. My sister made me a iced latte today. Absolutely loving, man. We'll do some altcoins in a bit. Don't worry, we'll do some altcoins in a bit. So to kick off the episode, let's see what's going on with traditional markets. Traditional markets. Okay. Now, it's Monday today. This is something that you guys should all be doing on a Monday. First thing that you should be doing is checking the Forex Factory calendar to see, do we have any economic activity? So we've had GDP this morning already, and that was for pound. Nothing to worry about too much. Tuesday, the 13th of September. Do we have anything of importance? Well, yes, we do. The CPI data print is coming. All right. Now, we've covered CPI on this channel a few times. So if you go onto the In It for the Tech YouTube channel and you go to the CPI, you just type in CPI in some sort of search engine or something like that, you'll see I really break CPI for you guys. I break it down heavily. I explain what CPI is, how it affects you. That's what my favorite thing to do is. I love taking a complicated concept and I like breaking it down to a point where you guys can understand, well, this is how it affects the market, but this is how it affects me and my family. All right. So definitely check out those CPI episodes as well. You won't regret it. Okay. I've watched it back myself. It's helped me a lot. So we've got CPI tomorrow. I'm assuming, and it's a fair assumption to make, that tomorrow's data print will have an impact on the market. Okay. And what we'll do is when we start charting, we'll look at the dollar first, because there is something going on with the dollar that people are aware of, but nobody's talking about. Okay. So we're going to look at that. Do we have anything else? Okay, we've got CPI for pound on Wednesday, Thursday. I know Thursday is a very, very important day. Okay, not just for the US, but for Australia too. Now on Thursday, we've got the core retail sales, we've got the manufacturing index, and we've got the retail sales. All right. Thursday is going to be just as well, not as just as important as Tuesday, but it's going to be very important. By the way, we've got 50 people in the chat. Can we smash up the likes, please, if you don't mind? Always making it an objective to get to 100 likes. We get there along the way, but make sure you're doing your part for the NJ show. Make sure you're subscribing and smashing the likes. So what else have we got? Friday, we haven't got anything else going on Friday. Right, so it is a big week, nonetheless. Okay, moving along. Do we have any other news? Bear with me one moment. Do we have any other news? There we go. So no more news from the traditional market. Looking over at the market very quickly just to see what's going on. A higher time frame visual view, just a higher time frame visual. Bitcoin is up 11.5% over the course of the last 7 days. That's something to pay attention to. Just be aware that we are 11.5% up in a bear market. We're 10.6% up on Ethereum. Something else isn't really working for me. Why is Bitcoin higher than Ethereum? So if you guys are used to this content, if you guys are used to crypto, one thing that you'll notice is whenever Bitcoin goes up, if Bitcoin goes up 2%, Ethereum tends to go up 5%. Bitcoin goes up 10%, Ethereum tends to go up by 15%, 20%. Notice today, and I'll zoom in a little bit for you guys here. Notice today, and this is why we've got the title, this is why we've got the headline that says Bitcoin versus Ethereum. Bitcoin is up 11.5%, and yet Ethereum is lagging behind it. Okay, and we've got some answers. We've got an answer in the chat already. Our Kalianu's always narrating the show. I love this guy. I love this guy. He's always narrating the show. All right, and we've got another one from Tupi here that says big man ting, bruv. A big man thing, you know. Anyway, So moving further, we've got USDC sitting at the fourth place. There was some interesting news with USDC. I couldn't come live during that day, but that was something that was worth covering, you know? So we definitely need to bring it on the show at some point. We need to talk about it. It's something that is a worthy talking point. Binance delisting USDC, something that we have to keep in consideration. We've got BNB today up 7%. That's really good. XRP 6.6%. We've got Cardano 2.5%. Solana a whopping 17.3% for Solana. Goodness. Solana is going to be a top contender in the next cycle. I don't know about you guys, right? We're going to talk about it later on. I'm sure when we start charting altcoins, some of you will say, "Hey, can we chart Solana?" And we'll have a little talk about Solana because you know I really think that in the next cycle, Solana will give, and I think we had EXO on the show, all right, and EXO gave his thoughts about Solana and what he thought Solana was going to do, and I mean, you'd be silly not to agree with EXO, wouldn't you? It's always good to have your opinion, debate your opinion, but when you're going up against SC and EXO, you've got to spend more time learning than debating, you know. Polkadot up 7.4%. Doge holding the meme industry down, only 2.4%. Lido staked Ether, all right, 11.4%. AVAX 12.9%. So it really looks like at the moment, the narrative is towards these ecosystems. All right. If we look at all of these tokens that we're seeing here, it's not the memes, it's not the memes, it's not the privacy, it's not Bitcoin Cash, it's not Algo, it's not VeChain. It's more towards the ecosystems. All right. So we've got BNB that's up 7%. That shines. Cardano's lagging behind, but Solana's up 17.3%. Dot's up 7.4%. And if we scroll down here a little bit, we've got Polygon only at 1.6%. Interesting. All right. Anyway, moving on. So the other thing I'm going to talk about before we go into charts is the Ethereum Merge. So you guys know that we've got the Ethereum Merge coming. Okay. It's the hottest topic since 2020. We've heard about ETH 2.0 now since 2019. All right. Now, there's a reason that I use that sentence. The reason that I said the ETH merge 2019 is because I don't want you guys to lose sight of when this news actually came out. This news actually came out, I would say, solidly 2020. All right. Now, notice how we've had a bull market since 2020. We've had 2020, a massive increase in price. We then had 2021, which was the big blow off. All right. And then, 2022, we're in the bear market now, and we're looking for what we want to say is mainnet, I guess. All right. Mainnet. Now, a lot of YouTubers, they come on the show, not on this show, but they go on their own shows and they don't really understand the ETH merge. There's a lot of YouTubers, guys that you follow yourself, that just don't understand this. And they chat a lot of waffle. All right. Now, I'm not saying that to take everything I'm saying as gospel. All I'm saying is just pay attention to what I'm saying. So, one thing that you want to pay attention to is the blocks. All right. The blocks. We don't have that many blocks left. We have 16,550 blocks to go. And that is the number that you want to focus on. You don't need to have great fundamentals on Ethereum. You just need to sort of pay attention to how many blocks we have to go. Now, we're going to move over to charts in a second. I want you guys to give me your opinion in the chat if you can. I know some of you are driving, some of you are attending to other needs, and you can't really put a comment in the chat. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that the Ethereum merge is going to lead us into the next bull market? I want to wait for a second and get some comments in the chat. I want you guys to engage with me. It's an interactive show. Of course, that's why I go live. Let me know, do you guys think the Ethereum merge is going to lead into the next bull market? Let me know in the chat. I wonder if there's a way here that we can. I wonder if there's a way here that we can put a poll or something like that. That would be really good. So if I click on this, okay, there we go. That's how you do it. All right. So let me put a poll in. So create a poll. Do you think the Ethereum merge will give us a new bull market? There we go. So you guys can have a look at that poll, and I tell you what, we'll come back to it in a little while, and we'll see what you guys are saying. Okay, we've got Trader SC in the chat. How's it going, mentor? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining the chat, for taking time out of your busy day to come say hi to the NJ community. Everyone, give a quick shout out to SC, a little wave, a little hello, a little lovely comment. All right. I've left the poll in the chat, by the way. So if you guys want to go into the chat, you'll be able to vote on whether you think the Ethereum merge is going to help us get to the next bull market. Okay. I'll give you the answer myself now. I don't think it will. So moving on to the charts, let's have a look and see what Bitcoin is doing. Now, um, with Bitcoin, I posted a plan, a trade plan, and I posted this plan on Twitter. I think it may have been around a week ago. All right, let me just remove all of this. There we go. Now, this was the initial plan that I had. The initial plan that I had, which I shared on this stream, was that we would come up, we would take these highs right here, we would find resistance here, distribute on the lower time frame, start breaking down, and potentially sell off. Now, what is the potential of this plan? What's the probability? Can we go higher? Can we go lower? Is this the top? What do I think is going to happen next? So let's break it down. Okay, let's break it down. Now, this plan that I've got here, it's still a valid plan. It's not invalidated yet. Okay, but there are ways that we can still go long. There are levels above us that we can still target, and there are levels below us that we can prepare for as well. Okay, it's not about getting the trade right, it's about preparing for every scenario so that when the scenario does unfold, you're calm, you're collected. Okay, if Bitcoin wants to break above this level and I go long, if it breaks below, this is the price action I'm looking for to exit the trade. If it continues, then continuation. We play it level to level. All right? Bear with me. God, that is so nice. Big shout out to my sister for that lovely, lovely coffee. Right. So I'll tell you what, I'll remove this, I'll remove these drawings here. So we've just got the range to play with. And then what we'll do is we'll go into a lower time frame. So as I mentioned before, you can rewind in the stream and you can see the plan that I had before. It's pretty simple what I'm thinking for Bitcoin here. Okay. We've got two sets of consolidation here. And you see this a lot on gold, right? You see this a lot on gold. You see those little areas of consolidation. I don't know if I can zoom in. Yeah, I'll have to zoom in like that. There we go. Right? These little areas of consolidation, they tend to play out more often than not. Okay? You see consolidation, then this candle right here, gives us the wick, takes out whatever it needs to, this swing high right here, and then we sell off. Now we've come back, we've retested it. And notice we had the consolidation on the left, consolidation on the right. A lot of people here thought this was a short. A lot of people here were getting short. It looked a little heavy. And then what's happened? We've broken above. Now, really and truly, where would I look for confirmation in terms of a shorting scenario? A shorting scenario would be something like this. If we was to get below, that would be your stop. Wow, that's horrible. Excuse me. This would be your entry point. Pure confirmation. Okay. A lot of traders have the ability to get in higher up. They look for things that they can see. But if you are a macro trader, if you are a swing trader, if it's a little bit hard for you to trade, maybe you need more time, this is a good short to take. Okay. Like this. And we'd be looking for this 1.7 AR. That's not too bad. The target would be around here. Okay, that would be the absolute target, which would be around 4.5 R. Now, do I think that scenario is going to unfold? It's difficult to say at this point. I think that we need a lot more time before we can say that that scenario will unfold. And when I say a lot of time, I mean more on the H4, more on the H1. We need a lot more candles to print. We're not just going to, now that we've tapped resistance, we're not just going to have one candle all the way down. All right. I'm not saying it's impossible. We are in a bear market, but I don't think it's going to happen. Now, what I think is going to happen is something along the lines of this. We've got this right here, okay? This area right here. We are right above resistance and we're holding. We're just above resistance, okay? And we're holding. We're not showing too many signs of weakness. Of course, I'm going to discuss CPI in a moment, right? I'm not blind to that. So what I'm thinking is, look, if we can hold here for today, as in we keep the price action limited in this area here, maybe tomorrow, if we get the CPI print, we get something along the lines of this: a dip back into this consolidation, hold, get back above. There's your confirmation, and then boom, right into this area here. Okay? Continuation would be something along the lines of this. Okay? Do you guys understand? Is that clear? Do you see what I did there? I marked out this consolidation. I'm looking for the same thing up here. And what I'm doing it is I'm playing it from range to range. This little consolidation here, I've called it a consolidation, but it is in fact a range, just like this area here. All right. Now we can do the same thing here. Look. This area, right, was never really retested, was it? We kind of just blew off. Now, one thing that we could do, it's not impossible, is if tomorrow's pullback, if we get a pullback tomorrow and it's heavy, right? One thing that we could do is we could do something like this. That's our short scenario. We've already marked that out in the stream. You already know how to play that. Confirmation would be below into the consolidation, break below, get back into this consolidation. You've got the same short once again. Okay. Now, I want you guys to take a screenshot of that because that is also a probable scenario. Okay. Take a screenshot. We've got consolidation here. We've got consolidation here. Each one led to a push in price, okay, to the downside and to the upside. This one has been retested. This one hasn't. Okay, so it wouldn't surprise me if we could also come back down. I know it's a dip below 20k. There's a lot of people saying that it's a possibility. I don't see there any reason why it wouldn't. If we was to go on the daily, it wouldn't be too bad, and then we can start pushing back up and maybe hit the range high that we have here. In terms of a range, that doesn't look too bad. That looks quite healthy. Okay. Price isn't going to go in the direction you want in the instance that you want it to go in. All right. And I like this consolidation here. This was the confirmation. So, when I'm talking to you guys about confirmation in this area here, once we break back into that consolidation, all I'm saying is something like this. So even if I was to give you a proper example, hold on. So here we go. Something like this. There we go. Okay. That's what it would look like in terms of a candlestick. Okay. Now, alongside the price action, we've got a long and we've got a short scenario. We know the probabilities behind them, but this is not enough. It's not enough. You need to understand more than this. If you want to make it in this space, all right, you've got to define. Look, some of you guys are really passionate about the 15-minute time frames, the 20-minute time frames, the 10-minute time, whatever. If you really want to make it in this space, you've got to focus way more than just TA and FA. You know what I mean? We've got price going towards the upside, price going towards the downside, but can anyone tell me why Solana's going up? Do you know what I mean? If you can tell me why Solana's going up, I have more confidence in you making it in the next market as opposed to right now. Trading these time frames, they're good, but you got to ask yourself, do you have 5 to 7 years to really master this price action? I've been in SC's class for years. I've met students in that class that have gone on to do amazing things, but I can promise you each of those students have taken 3 to 5 years to do so. Some take 7, some take longer. You've got students like EXO who take 2-3 years, but mostly it's going to be around 5 to 7. That's kind of the fair amount of time, because you got to think about it. You've got like a degree, you've got your degree that takes 3 to 5 years. You become a professional, you go and do work experience for a year or two, and voila, there you go, you're a professional. All right. So anyway, for me, the question that we've got is the Ethereum merge going to lead us into the next bull market? Let's see how our poll is doing. All right. So our poll has 53 votes, and we have 90% that says no, 91% that says no, and we have 9% that says yes. Well done, people. Well done. You guys are really, really becoming the future of crypto. You guys are really and truly the next future of crypto. The next generation, the next cycle. We've got all the people here. Now, one thing that we've got to pay attention to, if we remove all these lines, is that we are in fact in a downtrend. Okay. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, you guys must go to the educational tab and look at the market cycles video that I did. Okay. It's by far my favorite video. And it's by far the video that I really think that the NJ of 2017 would have appreciated the most. The concept of In It for the Text NJ show isn't to come here and just talk about my thoughts on the market every day. It's the whole point of this show is, I remember back when I was in 2017, 2016, I remember how confusing crypto was. I remember how exciting it was, but I remember how confusing it was. I remember how easy it was to make mistakes, you know? And I think to myself, when I'm doing these videos and I'm putting thought into the next episode, I'm thinking to myself, how can I prevent people like me, like-minded people who love cryptocurrency, who's excited by crypto, who loves the concept of trading, who wants to be involved in the space, but they keep getting screwed over by the market, you know? And that's why I make these videos. These videos are for all of us, so we can, including myself, so that we can go into the next market and dominate. Okay? Alpha mentality. We're here to dominate. We're still kind people, we're good people, but we're here to dominate. Not others, not the people around us, not our community around us. Our community are our friends, the market. Because the market is here to take from us. So we're here to take from it. Now, 3 things that I want to talk about on this chart. The first thing that I want to talk about is, yes, we are in a downtrend. But have you noticed that we've started maybe flatlining? So like, let me take a clean chart of Bitcoin. So if I go to, let me just type in XBT USD, and I'm just going to pick a random. I'm just going to, no, NJ, no. Kraken, maybe Kraken. Okay, right, there we go. Now, what did we talk about when EXO was on the show? We spoke about these EMAs. We spoke about EXO's take on the market. Now, one thing that we need to look at when looking at these higher time frame charts is we need to look at the trajectory. Okay, when we're having these downtrends, we're getting these really lovely curves. Okay, we're getting really lovely curves. Price really holds on. And then what tends to happen is we get this sideways period, okay, where price sort of flatlines. Now, it's difficult to say. It's very, very early at this stage to say, but could we be flatlining here? Could this be the beginning of accumulation? Could this lead us into the next bull market? It's a question that we need to have on the table. Now, my personal thoughts is we've got this area here, right here, this consolidation. Notice how at the beginning of the episode, when we were talking about the Bitcoin plans, I marked out consolidation. There was a reason for that. NJ don't do things for no reason, you know. This consolidation, you saw, I've shown it to you guys before, how it tends to get retested. We tend to pull money from it. All right. Maybe we've got one leg lower here, and then we can start this communication, this accumulation, and then we can start pushing. Now, in terms of a healthy chart, I'm liking that. I would really, really like that. Okay. Yeah, Bill, 10K. Let's have a look at some of these comments, actually. Let's have a look at some of these comments. So Bill says 10K. Yeah, I think around 10, 12, 13K, somewhere around those areas. Maybe we could wick a little bit lower. Obviously, this is the consolidation we want to test, but maybe we can take out all of this. So that brings us into 6 to 7K. It's not impossible. It's low probability, but it's possible. Let's see some more comments. Joel says alpha mentality. Yes, Joel, you've got the right idea, Joel. Keep it up. Keep it up. Busweeta says, hi, NJ. Well, hello, Busweeta. How you doing? It's good to see you. Ace says, hi, I'm late. No worries, Ace. Not a problem at all. You can rewatch from the beginning of the episode, or you can stay tuned in with us now and rewatch it later on. The replay will be there. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the channel, by the way. We've started our journey to 5K subscribers. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Some of the names in this channel, some of the names in these comments right now were with me when we were at 1K subscribers and we were looking to break 2K. Okay, we've broken 2K, we've broken 3K. The NJ community is growing. With the help of the community, we are now above 4K. A big, big thank you to Trader SC, to Trader XO, to BTC Charlie, to Jim Talbot, to Scott Melker. Who else? We've Crypto Burb. We've had a few really, really lovely guests on the show who have helped build the community. Fantastic. Let's see what else are you guys saying. So, what's John saying? Also, for ETH to take off, BTC as the king would have to follow. Dominance of ETH hit resistance last week and didn't break through. BTC dominance back in control today. That's an interesting take on the market, mate. That's a very interesting take. I think there's a lot more to say on that. I think there's a lot of holes in what you're saying, as in, not holes, not in a bad way, but just in a way that, there's a lot more talking points on that. It's not a very concrete sentence. So yes, we are still in a downtrend. There's still movement to the downside that we have left to go. But a majority of the bear market is finished. Okay. The bear market started here in November 2021. We are now nearly 1 year into the bear market. You guys have to watch the market cycle review. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. It's so important. It will really help you understand these drawings that we're doing on these charts right now. It's not time to be shorting Bitcoin anymore. We do maybe have one or two shorts left in the market, one or two big plays left for the shorts. But the time to short Bitcoin is coming to an end. Okay? We are around here. That's where I'd say we are. Right on the far left, that little circle that I've drawn, that oval, that's where I think we are. I would not be surprised at any instance if we got something along the lines of this. Okay, something along the lines of that. Now that would look healthy, that would look possible, that would look, oh man, for all of us. You got to remember, guys, we're in the bear market still. All right, there's so many people that have forgotten about cryptocurrency right now. We only have 70 people in the chat. Okay, only 70 people. We've got 50 likes though. Can we get the likes up to 50, 60, 70 if you don't mind? Please help and support the channel. But you think about it. So many people have left cryptocurrency. I was at my barber's last year around this time, and everybody that was coming into the shop was talking about Bitcoin, AVAX, Ethereum, Solana. Solana was at $200 and people were talking about Solana. Nobody's talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. Nobody's talking about crypto. The 70 people that are in this chat right now, you guys are here. When something like this unfolds, do you know what we're going to be doing? We're going to be buying. Do you know when people will get involved? People will get involved around here. That's when people will start saying, hey, have you heard about this Bitcoin thing? You know what? Yeah, man, I bought like $300 in like XRP recently. Like, I think the crypto was doing all right. Meanwhile, for us, we will have had all of this that we would have played. Do you know how much money there is in that? God, I'm excited for the next bull market. We are going to absolutely crush it. I mean it. We're going to absolutely crush it. I'm telling you now. What else have we got here? So, let's see what this guy. Hi, NJ. What kind of lessons did you take from SC? Yeah. So look, that's a very broad question. I think that it's a very broad question. So what I would say is that SC comes live a lot of the time. And when he comes live, he breaks price down for us. price is always doing something peculiar. Price is never really doing the same thing. It's always doing something that it did before, but it's never doing the exact same thing, you know? So it's always good to have somebody at the front of the classroom that's explaining what price is doing. That's saying, all right, well, look, this is what the story is telling us. This consolidation led to this. This low led to this high. This high led to this. This led to that. And as you keep going, you keep practicing, it starts to make sense, you know? So I hope that answers your question there. So isn't 15K like a repetitive percentage drop? Yes, it is. Yes, but we are at the final leg. You know, the bear market, the time to get excited for the bear market was around here, you know, was around here at around 50K-ish, 53K. Now, similarly, we're going to talk about the dollar next, but the dollar's in a bull market. Nobody's really mentioning that, you know. The dollar is fully in a bull market. SC mentioned it on the show. XO mentioned it on the show when he came on recently. SC showed us something very, very interesting. He showed us a 7-year breakout, which we're going to go over again. Okay? Which means that the dollar could continue on for the next coming weeks and months, which could help fuel the narrative for this continued bear market that we're in. Okay? If the dollar breaks out once again, I wouldn't be surprised if something like this happens. The dollar breaks out, more pressure on the stocks hold back, maybe start to dump further lower. Bitcoin is going to follow suit. Bitcoin is showing a lot of weakness. Okay? These little pumps that we have here, you know, we've had these same pumps here. I'm sure that everybody felt the same bullishness when we saw this. I'm sure we had news when these candles were going up. Don't get fooled by it, all right? We are the NJ show. We are smarter than that. We're here to understand the market better, not lose by the market. So what else have we got here? I want to take a few more questions before we carry on. So we are the NJ Economic Forum, the NJEF. Yes, I like that. I quite like that. Rafe says salams, NJ. Salams to you, my friend. What else have we got? Hope says 15K. 15K is potentially on the cards. Yes, maybe not right now, but it potentially is on the cards. You guys have seen my price plans for Bitcoin. I do think that we can still see 23.5K. I believe I can make an argument for 24K, and I can make an argument for 25K as well. And I can even make a lower probability argument for 28 to 30K. So we have to do it plan by plan. But before we leave Bitcoin and we move on, we'll go over the plans one more time. All right. Rafe also says, glad to be here. Really glad to have you on board, mate. Really glad to have you here. Thank you. All of you guys, as Rafe here, you're all welcome here. This is your community just as much as it's mine. I want this to be a very, very safe community. When we're going into the next cycle, I want this to be a hub. Everybody can come here to learn about crypto, have their opinions respected, make friends, and just have a good time learning. Okay? Have a good time learning. So, Okay, so what's Try saying? Trick says, yeah, I found you from XO and SC, bro. Great content. Yeah, thank you very much for your lovely comment. I'm glad you're here too. So, okay, I'll say this. I'll bring this on the stream. Naveed says, wait, what? Scott Melker. Look, guys, I know a lot of people have problems with Scott. A lot of people have problems with Scott. I don't have a problem with Scott. When I was at a very, very low follower count, Scott was retweeting my rap videos. When I was at a low follower content count, Scott was being nice to me. I don't know what he's done to you guys. I know there's a lot of controversy between him and the rest of the CT community. I couldn't give up. Okay? He's been good to me. He's nice to me. He's never done anything bad to me. I like listening to his thoughts on the market. That's it. Okay? We are the NJ community. We're not here to put anybody down. We're not here to invalidate anyone. Everybody's opinions are as respected as the other. If you've got one follower on Twitter, if you've got 1 million followers on Twitter, I really couldn't give a fuck. All right? We are all the same. So Nicholas says 5K incoming subscribers. Yeah, dude, I'm really excited for it. We're really growing as the NJ community. I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. We're really building something here together, not just myself. What else have we got here? What if we learn? Okay, let's have a look at Kalyan. Well, if we learn anything from here, no man should blindly wait for under 17K. Tapping 18, 19K is not a bad range to start buying 3 to 5 to 7% in. That's not a bad strategy, Kalyan. That's not a bad strategy. We've had a majority of the leg of the bear market, as we can see, from here all the way to here. we really shouldn't be thinking about shorting Bitcoin right now. We shouldn't be thinking about it, not from a macro perspective. We've got to reset our mind. In the bull market, okay, we we have this mentality in the bull market where price will never go low. We have this mentality in the bull market where price has every reason to continue to soar. The fundamentals are consistent. Every 2-3 days, we've got major news coming out for crypto that gives us the reason as to why we're not going to go lower. Okay? And now, since the bear market has kicked in, we're doing the same thing in reverse. Okay? We have to get control of our wavelengths and our brains, and we have to finally come to a reset now. Now we have to get to a stage where we say, I've survived the bull market. I had great fun. I've survived the bear market. I lost money, but I learned a ton. Now I need to start thinking, if the low for Bitcoin is coming, if the low for Bitcoin is here, then what we need to do is we need to start planning now. Planning for a potential buying opportunity. Of course, I have to mention that this is not financial advice. I can't tell you guys to buy. I can't tell you guys to put money in or park money into places. I can tell you what I'm doing, but I have to say this, all right? Disclaimer, don't do what I'm doing. Also, while I have 80 of you in the chat, I have got a Telegram channel, all right? And in that Telegram channel, I do communicate with you guys as well. It's the first link in the description below. So if you guys haven't already, click on the first link in the description below and join in it for the text Telegram channel, where you'll get different updates, more updates, etc., etc., etc. Also, finally, please do like and subscribe the video. All right, I'm gonna take a few more comments and then we're gonna keep charting. All right, also throw in some give me some altcoin requests. I haven't been here for a while. Give me some altcoin requests. I want to do some charts for you guys. All right, and girls. So what else have we got here? Okay, Hafuel says, I got called a bad word this weekend because I said I'm looking to buy crypto soon. I really enjoyed that. It means I'm getting close to buying. Well done, Hafu. That's exactly the motive. A contrarian thought process. Indeed, it is true. It is time to start looking at potentially buying. Okay. What else have we got here? James says, your last video with EXO was incredibly useful. Thank you. Thank you very much. EXO is fantastic to have on. EXO is him and SC are both really something. Mac is saying NJ Show has us ahead of the curve. Yeah, and hopefully for myself too. Not just for you guys, but hopefully for myself too. Coming on live every single day, being as involved with the market with you guys as I am with myself. Hopefully we should catch the next bull market nice and early, nice and early. And what's Hope saying? Big man ting, yeah? Big man ting. Okay. Right, one or two more comments and I'm going to carry on. There's too many comments coming in here. Guys, look, I hate to say this, but it's true. Feel free to drop a super chat in. If you really want your comment to get seen and heard, you can drop a super chat. We've had 5 or 6 on the channel already. We had a couple when SC came on. We had a couple in the previous streams. Just because the chat is starting to get busy, feel free to drop one in. So, I don't understand what this comment's about. What are you talking about, James? What are you doing? And I'm here streaming with you guys. What are you doing, bro? Yeah. All right. Cool. I tell you what. Let's move on. So look, that's that's TA for Bitcoin. Maybe we'll go into the 1 hour real quick just to have a recap of the plans, and then we'll move on. Okay. So let's go into the H1 real quick. I want to go into the H1. So as I mentioned before, we are at resistance. Okay. Now, not only are we at resistance, we're holding above resistance, which is good. Okay, which is good. I like that we're holding above resistance. So really and truly, the invalidation is clear here. Invalidation is very clear here for the bulls. Where's the target? Target 1 is here. Okay. So anything, even if you want to take along with the stop loss here, you'd be looking at something along the lines of this. Is this even a 1-to-1? Yep, it is. It's a 1.5R. So target 1 is here. Target 2 is here, which is a 2.5R. I think these highs get taken here, to be honest. I really do think these highs get taken here, right into this resistance right here. You know, you got to think, right? You got to think. If we're thinking about it old school, then you see this right here. Sorry, bad circle. This area here, fuck's sake. This area here. There we go. That's it. So this area I've circled here, the reason that I've circled this area is because this is the up move that really sold the market off. You see, look at all this price action we've got here. We have that one final up move. As soon as we get what we need, boom, we get a massive sell off. All right. So I really think that we're going to come into this area here. Okay. And that falls in at around 23,500, 23,600. So, you know, that's what I think is going to happen. At the same time, I've got a plan for the bearish scenario too. Okay. Anything below this here. So if we break below this area here, as soon as we break below here, where I've marked out here, I think it'd be a shorting scenario into this. Okay. If we broke below here, I would wait for it to do this. Then this becomes a deviation. Perfect deviation. Then we can continue the long plans. But until then, if we was to break under this consolidation here, I'd be looking for further downside. I'm sure everybody understands that. If not, rewind the video, watch it. We can recap the plans tomorrow just before CPI. Okay. Moving along, we can have a quick look at ETH as well. Okay, so similarly, this is the plan that I had marked out for ETH. The reason that you're seeing these drawings here are because this is what I posted on Twitter. Now, it's kind of followed it to a T, all right? It's kind of followed it to a T. You see here, we've got this and we've got this. So this is what I'm looking for Ethereum. We actually nailed it. I should probably post this on Twitter and get some clout. I don't know. But yeah, we nailed this. We really nailed it. I don't know if anybody took this. It sounds like a lot of people did, but yeah. Okay, so if we move forward here and bring this box here, we are now at resistance for Ethereum. Okay, and that's what separates ETH from BTC at the moment. So if we follow the plan, that's my confirmation right here. Okay, that's a horrible penis looking arrow. There we go. Okay, that would be my confirmation. What would my targets be? Target 1 would be here. I do think these lows look easy to take out, and also this low right here looks easy to take out too. Very big swing trade, very big swing trade. Okay, massive swing trade right into this thin area right here. Okay, so easy peasy lemon squeezy. Rewind the video, or if you don't want to rewind the video, just go back a little bit, pause it, and you can watch from there. Do we have any altcoins that you guys want to talk about today? I think we should look at PYR, you know. I think we should look at PYR. The first altcoin that I'm gonna look at is PYR because I was charting it right before the stream. I was just looking at it right before the stream, just for my own sort of yeah, everyone's looking at PYR right now, you know. So what I saw on PYR was this. So what I did was I marked out a range that I think we're trading in, okay? And this is just the daily time frame of PYR. And what I noticed was this. It kind of looks sexy, you know. It kind of looks really sexy. Look at this. Low, high, higher low, higher high, and now higher low, and now we're doing this little sexy swing low right here. So not financial advice. I've bought some PYR. Okay? Not financial advice. I've just me by myself, I've bought some PYR. So targets would be for PYR. This swing high here, we've got a little flat body right there. And then boom. So $5, $10-ish. That's my first target. Okay. I want these highs here to get eaten. These highs here fall in at around 550, 560, which is the mid-range between the mid-range and the 75%. Also, The absolute target that I've got here is $7. But also, when I zoom out a little bit, right, you've got the mid range here as well, because you know that everything is in a range. By now, you guys are smart enough to know that price is always trapped in a range. Okay, you see that? This is level to level. So I've got this level marked out here at $7, but also I'm kind of looking at this area here, 8 sort of 10, 820. All right. So I know we're far away from that right now, but look, if market's going to give us a 2x, I'm not going to complain. If the market wants to give us a 2x, let's take a 2x from the market. Fine. Let's do it. So what I'm thinking for PYR is this, okay? Something like that. We'll have to play it level to level. Whether it will unfold just like this, of course it's not probably going to, but I'm looking for something like that. I'm looking for a nice staircase. Everybody's getting nice and bullish. Okay, a nice staircase up, la 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 la, break below, break market structure, back in the range and sell off. Okay, this is kind of like a range low to range high play. All right, PYR, is that clear? PYR. Is that clear? Everyone's gone quiet, fam. Where's everyone? PYR, man. Is that clear? All right. Thank you, Haffawell. Thank you. Thank you for saying crystal clear. All right. So, waves. Let's have a quick look at waves. What's going on with waves, man? What's going on with waves? This is kind of an ugly chart, you know. I want more price action. It's horrible. Horrible. All right. All right. Let's talk about waves. Okay, so we've got November 2020 high. I suppose we can have a look at that. This will be a little bit tricky. Waves is going to be a little bit tricky, but let's just see what we get, okay? So we've got November 2020. That was kind of when it kicked off. We had little deviation above, got back below, compressed against resistance, got back above, pushed up once we left this area, came back and retested this area, and then we pushed up drastically. So this 2020 high for November is going to be something that I'm going to keep into consideration. What about the 2020 November here, the low? Because maybe that could be the range. And if I do something like this, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I do something like this. What I want to do, yeah. I see it. I see it. Okay. So this is what I'm doing. Okay. What I'm doing is I've marked out, I've looked at price from monthly. Okay. And I wanted to mark out what price is doing from a storyline perspective. Okay. And what price has done here is really and truly this range, this candle here it printed in November 2020 was the candle that really we needed to break out of in order to get the bull market. Okay. Once we broke above November 2020 high, that's when we got the bull market. Now we're back in November 2020's range. So what I've done here is I've looked for the mid range of that range just to see does it respect on the time frame of the monthly. And it does. Notice how we got back below the mid range. Now we are turning towards the downside. So from a weekly, let's see what we're looking at here. This is what we have to play in terms of waves right now. We can't look at anything above. We've got to look at what's here. So for the weekly, okay, I can already see that if we was to come here, this is our first target here. The price of waves right now is currently 493 and we have potential targets of 590. So we've got a potential target of another dollar, okay, for waves. Now, in terms of a percentage, how much percent have we got in terms of a percentage? Let me see. Let me see what the percentage of the waves is. 20%, bro. 20% move. All right. So let's break it down a little bit now that we have a target for waves. Let's see if we can get that 20%. Let us see if we can take that 20% from the market, right? Okay, so we've got our range high, our range low, and we've got our mid range. Now, what are we seeing here? I think we're going to need to mark out the 25% of this range as well, just because I'm not quite liking what price is doing right now. So if we go here, we go here, we go here. There we go. Right. So we've tapped this 25% of the range now, and we've tapped it a few times. The only thing that I'm concerned about is we've left some clean lows, man. We've left some clean lows right here. You see this? I don't like that. I hate that. Whenever the market does that, it kind of comes back and takes it. Look, notice we don't really have it on the highs. Like we don't really have it. Now, obviously, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We've got our target. So look, we'll ignore these clean lows for now. Let's just focus on the price action because it doesn't mean that the market can do it. Now, for those of you already who remember the beginning of the episode, what has happened? There we go. For those of you who remember the beginning of the episode, I spoke about the consolidations. Okay. So we've got it here. If you rewind to the beginning of the episode, you'll see that I brought this up. And it's the exact same pattern. I really love this pattern. Okay. So what I'm thinking now is the invalidation is clear for bulls. All right. Soft stop and hard stop. Now, the ideal scenario would be to, get back into here, show some bullish price action, get back above, and then we can target this area here. Okay. Since we're playing level to level, consolidation to consolidation. Okay, there we go. So what I've done here is if you guys want to just, apologies, bear with me. So if we've got, just bear with me, guys. I apologize for this. I'm just not getting this line right. So the mid-range falls in at exactly 58594. 58594. Okay, I want to just get this line perfectly right. 58594. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So what we can do here now is this is a plan that I've marked out here for waves. It's a very possible scenario. And the target would be this consolidation here all the way up into $5.86. Okay. So what I'd be expecting here is something like this because it is resistance. There's your conversation. There's your confirmation. There's your compounding opportunity. Short it back into here. And then short it back into this range level here. Okay? That's it for waves. Does everybody understand what I've got for waves? Now, obviously, look, if it doesn't give you the pullback that you're looking for and you want to go higher up, then there is another way to play it. It's a bit more aggressive, but you could do something like this. Do something like this. So we break out of this trend line that we've got here. Okay, break above consolidation, hold above, and voila. Something like this, okay? That's if it doesn't give you the pullback. Is everybody clear on waves? Let's have a look at Phil. I've got a range marked out for Phil. Where's my range for Phil, fam? Who robbed? Hey, nah, man. Where's my range, bro? I did Phil, man. Hold on. There we go. There's my range for Phil. Took me ages to find this. I did this live on stream as well. So the good thing about Phil, yeah, is we actually caught this long. This candle right here, we nailed this candle on the NJ show. Go back to the week of the 16th, the week of the 18th of July. One of the episodes that we did in that week, we absolutely nailed it. So for Phil, what's really going on for Phil right now? We're below resistance. We're at resistance right now for Phil. Resistance. We've got strong resistance here at $6.88. The weekly doesn't. I mean, okay, I suppose we can make an argument. You know, we've got the lows here. We've got a higher low here. We've got a higher high here. So where would I get comfortable playing Phil? Where would I get comfortable? Phil doesn't look as appealing as the other altcoins do. I'll be really honest with you. All right? Right here. So really, if I was to play Phil, I'd play for about another dollar. Okay? So if I was to play Phil, I wouldn't enter here. I would not enter here. I'd have to wait until it does something like this. Okay? I need an invalidation. I need some sort of deviation. And then I can play towards the mid range. Okay? And that's what are we looking at in terms of percentage there? We're looking at around 14 to 15%. That's the potential for Phil. Okay? I'm not too happy with Phil. I don't really like this. I don't really like it. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. I just don't really like it. It's a buying opportunity nonetheless. If you're a long-term holder, then we've had a massive oh my god, we've had a massive downtrend, you know? So price is kind of sideways. I wouldn't be surprised if price popped up once or twice, but don't expect Phil to be going to all-time highs anytime soon. Man, trading view is so messy right now. There. So that's kind of the plan for Phil. We have to break above that resistance. Okay. Why? Because look at all the price action we have here. It took ages to break below this resistance the first time. Let me remove this line actually. I don't like this. Yeah, let me remove that. Okay. And I'll remove this as well. There we go. So it is in that buy zone, but you know, in terms if you're a price action trader, if you're actually day trading and whatnot, then make sure you wait for something like this to unfold. Otherwise, your stop loss right now, your stop loss if you was to take this trade from right here, your stop loss would have to be 20% away. That's not a very good stop loss. I don't really agree with that. So that's Phil. Do you guys understand? Let's do get. I don't know what get is. Oh, dude. Nah, man. Nah, this looks dead, bro. Yeah, this looks mad dead. Some low liquidity coin. What's get, man? Hold on. Get protocol. Sushi, Uni, Bittrex. Yeah, man. Look, man. We can't be charting these coins, man. Look, when you're looking at coins. No, no, no. Don't apologize. Don't apologize. Don't apologize. You wanted to look at something. It's not an issue. All I'm gonna say is, when you're looking at tokens to trade, right? All I would say is make sure you're looking at this. Look at the volume. All right. The volume on this token is absolutely $16 on coin one, $45 on Bittrex. That's why the chart looks so ugly. Look at this chart. Look how ugly this chart is. Disgusting. On the 4 hour, this is what it looks like. It looks like a, I don't know, man. It looks like a cat with a pen, like a cat scratches. Like, you know what I'm saying? It looks horrible, man. It looks horrible. Yeah, that's disgusting. Yeah. What else have we got? What else have we got? Have you checked Flux? We can have a look at Flux if you want. I think I've got a range. I think I've got a chart and a range for Flux. Where's my range for Flux, bro? All right, Mac. If Algo looks like a good trade, why don't you send us a chart? Send us a chart, copy the trading view link and post it in the chat or send it to me on Telegram. We'll have a look at your chart on the stream. Do a breakdown of Algo for us if you don't mind, Mac. All right, so apparently for Flux, there was a trade here and we missed it. I charted it and we missed it. My bad. My bad. I'm really sorry. Crap. I didn't take this trade, you know. We marked out the price action, but I didn't take this trade. Let me this is interesting now. This is interesting because the trade is done, you know. The trade is done. Look. You see? If we're looking at Flux like this, then where's the big resistance? The big resistance is this area right here. And if we bring all our levels back, then we've hit big resistance. So really and truly, what's next for Flux? Well, what's next for Flux is here. This is the extended target for Flux. You know? Why is this the extended target? Well, look, it's quite clear here. Look, you've got, this was the sell-off, right? So what led to the sell-off? We got the deviation here, we got the deviation here, deviation here, 3 drives of distribution, okay? 3 drives, and then boom, massive sell-off. Accumulate, 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 and now we're here. So maybe if we was to get back above here, maybe this isn't a bad trade, you know? Maybe this isn't a bad trade. I'll explain why. Because if we was to follow this price action here, then our invalidation is here. Invalidation is pretty clear. It's pretty clean. So look, what I would do is I'd wait for Flux. I'd wait for Flux at the moment. What I'd do is I'd wait for it to do whatever it wants to do in this area here. As soon as it breaks above and holds, I need it to hold above here. I don't want it to do this and then do this. It can, but that's a different trade plan. I'm talking about the trade plan that we're here now. So if I want maybe something like this, and then this would be your invalidation, and then there we go. Okay. And in terms of a percentage, because we're altcoin guys and girls, what are we looking at for percentaging? All right, 20% on Flux. It's a possible trade. It's a possible trade. And if we was to just have a look at R&R for this trade real quick, let me put this here and then somewhere like this. 2R trade. It's a 2R trade. Not bad. Who called Flux? Who called it? Let's see. Let's give the credit to where the credit's due. Who called Flux? It was Arkalianu. Cheers, mate. Good one. Good one. That's not a bad chart. That's not a bad chart for continuation. I like it. What else have we got? What else have we got here? All right, we could do H&T if you want. We can do H&T. I've got no issues with H&T. Let's have a look at H&T, all right? I think we've got a range for that too. Helium. I've got a chart for this, man. I swear I've done H&T before. Yeah, H&T. Here we go. All right, all right, all right. I can see what young NJ was doing. The NJ of 2 months ago. What were you doing 2 months ago, NJ? Bro, you know, sometimes when you look at the price action, sometimes when you go back in time and look at your levels, you look at what you've done. Trading is so difficult, but trading is so easy at the same time. Like, you know, when you're in sync with the market, it's so good and it's so bad. Like, I missed that Flux trade, but that would have been a big win for the NJ show, you know? Anyway, look, let's see what we've got here. So what we've got here is pretty much exactly what we've got on the left. So what I've done here is I've marked out what I've seen here on the left, and this is what I wanted to see on the right. And we've kind of got the same thing. So what's next for H&T? Well, what I want to see for H&T is we've got major resistance here at $8.80, and right now we're at $5.30. So it's a big leap away. Now, in between those, we've got pretty important resistance right here. Okay, and that is pretty much the mid-range between this area, this green low here, and this black high here. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll play it from level to level. So if we do something like this, get back above this green box and hold, then I'd be looking for here like that. okay, to take out this high here. The reason I want to take out this high here, let me zoom in for you guys a bit. The reason I want to take out these highs here, reason I want to take it out is because this high here was the high that led to the sell-off, okay? Do you understand? This high here led to the big sell-off. It was a drastic sell-off. So I'd be looking for this high to get taken, liquidity eaten, and then from here, maybe we can do something like this. All right? What else have we got? What else have we got? All right, all right, so Arcalianu's got a an opinion on HNT. Bruv, HNT is dead. Too many miners. Um, okay, fair enough. Fair. I mean, the chart doesn't look completely illiquid. It doesn't look completely illiquid, and it looks like we're still playing. So it's on Binance as well. Well, I mean, we're not really talking about fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? We're not really looking at like holding it for the long term, like $20 or something like that. We're just looking at short term price action that we can trade, make a bit of money. Okay, Crypto Mac has done Algo for us. So let's have a look at Algo. Let's see what he's talking about with Algo. Only gonna Solskjaer. All right. All right. So for Algo, it looks like Mac is looking at the 1-day chart. Okay. And he's calling for a pullback on the 1-day chart. Looks like we're going to go back into the mid range, 31, 32 cents, and then we can start pushing up. So he wants a tap into 31 cents ish, reclaim above 33 cents, and then we can start pushing towards 36 cents. And then anything above that would be pushing into 39 cents. All right. I trust Crypto Mac. Crypto Mac is up and coming. Eventually he'll be on the show when he's done a bit more studies and a bit more work. And yeah, this is not a bad chart. This is not a bad. I don't know if we'll get the pullback. I think you should mark out a plan for continuation from here, Mac. I don't think you should just mark out a pullback scenario. We need to look at what to do if we don't get that pullback scenario, you know? So maybe when you're doing these levels, maybe when you're doing these drawings, maybe have a different color drawing of what you'd expect to do if price was to continue from here. Okay? Because we are building a bit of a swing low. We're building a bit of a swing low here. I know you guys can't see my cursors, but we are building a bit of a swing low, and price might just pop into resistance very, very quickly and sharply. All right. Solana. Let's have a look at Solana. I want to look at Solana. Solana's up today, though, man. Solana's up. I don't know if I'm comfortable trading something that is so up. This is not the right chart for Solana. You wanting to trade Sol, yeah? You want to trade Sol? That's not the right chart for Solana. I'm sure we've got a Solana range. There we go. There's our Solana range. We work hard on these ranges, and we actually marked out the short scenario as well. We marked out this consolidation here on the left. That's where it tapped. And look at the drawings that got marked out here. Retest this right here into this blue box, and then sell off, and then sell off. Okay. But really and truly for Solana, I mean, it's a difficult one with Solana. It's a difficult one. With Solana, we're up so much right now that we're going to need some kind of retracement. You know, we're going to need some kind of retracement. We're going to need something. I would expect to see something like this. Okay? I want something like this for Solana. Again, look, this is the problem I have with Solana. Okay? And you guys need to talk to me about this. Like, you guys need to share this with me in the chat as well. I want to see you guys thinking like this, especially for the near future. All right? I want you guys to look at a chart for Solana. Look at this chart and think to yourself, well, hang on a second. Where is my invalidation for Solana? Okay, now the good thing about Solana is it looks very similar to Bitcoin. So we've got the two consolidations that we've got for Bitcoin. We've got those same ones here for Solana. Okay, there we go. And it's a range within a range. If you look at it, if I was to put range high 75% mid range, range low. You'll be able to see, you'll be able to see. Sorry, mate. I know I don't really check my Twitter DMs like that, to be honest, bro. I'm so sorry. I get so many DMs I don't really check. I apologize for that. I do apologize if you are sending me stuff on Twitter. Still send it. Eventually, I will get around to it. But it's. I've got too many clutters of messages. Bull market's going to be mad as well. I don't know. So with Solana, what I'm noticing with Solana is we've got this. The absolute stop would be in this area here, right? These would be the stop losses. Now, that's way too far away. So what I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at this. Now, even these areas here, I'm not too happy putting I don't want to go long here and put my stop here on this fat green candle. Nah, man. I would prefer to have something like this. And this is on the H4, okay? This is on the H4. I prefer to have something like this. Any dip into this box here, any dip, no matter how far it goes, you've got invalidation right here. Okay? That's decent invalidation. Let me just remove these. Invalidation right here. Okay? And the reason I say that is because the stops have already been taken. Look. Anybody that took a long above this level, right? As soon as we made the deviation, continued buying, look, we wiped these stops right before we got sent higher. Okay? We wiped these stops right before we got sent higher. So what I'd be waiting for now for Solana is the obvious natural target would be the higher time frame mid-range, which would be around $41. So what I'd be looking for Solana, any sort of pullback into this box, I could long with a stop loss here. Maybe if I was conservative, I could even keep my stop here. I'd probably put it here. I'd go for the aggressive play, to be honest. It depends what the rest of the market is doing, you know? If the rest of the market is playing bull, then I'd be looking for something like this. It's around 3.5R, 3.6R, 3.7R, something like that. But that is what I'd be looking for Solana. Do you guys understand? Excuse me. God, I'm yawning right before I go gym. That's not very good, is it? Good. Good. Do we have anything else here that we could chart? Anything else that we could chart here? Okay, I'll tell you what. The last thing that we're going to talk about on today's episode is Dixie. That's the last thing we're going to talk about today's episode. What have we got here for Dixie, man? So here's the range that we've got for Dixie. Okay? Here's the range that we've got for the dollar index. Okay? Now, SC came on recently and he spoke about what the dollar index was doing. This range, although it looks like a 5-minute chart, it's actually the monthly chart. And this range, the range high, the first time the range high was tapped was July 2001. 20 years ago. 21 years ago. That's the first time that this range high was tapped. The first time that this range low was tapped right here was March 2008. So this is a higher time frame range. It took 7 years to go from range high to range low. Okay. Did SC just tweet Dixie? All right, well then screw it. We don't actually need me to do it then. Let's just have a look at what SC is saying. Bear with. Thank you. So yeah, here we go. All right. So SC is looking but this is a 15-minute time frame, guys. This is the 15-minute time frame. So on the 15-minute time frame, yes, because if you look at the beginning of the episode, we're talking about long plans, long scenarios, all right? And then if we're going to be looking for long scenarios, we're going to need a pullback in the dollar. We're going to need a pullback from the dollar, right? So if we get something like this for the dollar, a nice healthy pullback, that should help confluence the longs that we're looking to take for several altcoins and several Bitcoin plans and Ethereum plans. All right. Now, what I'm thinking here is again the same thing. All right. There we go. Now, in terms of long term, this consolidation that I've just marked out here, how long did it take for us to break out of this consolidation? All right. This consolidation began March 2015, and now we've broken out of it May 2022. 7 years. 7 years and 2 months, and now we've broken out of this range. So look, dollar is in a bull market. Okay, dollar is in a bull market. I have no doubt that we're going to probably go back to range high. Okay, maybe we do something like this. Horrible, but yeah, something like that. That's what I'm thinking for the dollar. Okay, if we can add a little confluencing trend line, maybe something like that. Maybe. Oh, this is even nicer. Yeah, that's even nicer. Okay, a nice channel. There we go. We've got a lovely channel here for the dollar. Let me change this into a different color. I really, really like this. Yeah, a nice channel for the dollar. So what we're doing here is, the reason I've marked out that channel is because this channel has been playing since 2008. You know, it's been in an uptrend since 2008. A very, very big uptrend. I think this is a channel that's worth really paying attention to. And we are pretty much at the top of that channel. You know, we are. So I'm not saying that the dollar's going to do something like this. I'm not saying that. But at the same time, it's a very plausible topic as well. Look, if we look at Bitcoin, I do think that we are going to make highs next year. I don't know what those highs will be. It could be 30K, could be 40K, could even be 50K. You know, we don't know until the new yearly candle starts. But in terms of the dollar, we could maybe mark out a deviation here, maybe like this. And that could be sort of the next bear market. Wow, this is really good, guys. I really love this. Yo, I'm going to tweet this. I'm going to tweet this right now. Okay. There's a reason I'm doing this. There's a reason I'm doing this. Bear with me. Bear with me. I promise you there's a reason I'm doing this. Just bear with, okay? Oh my days, that is so sexy. Guys, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing in just a moment, but I just want to mark this out for myself. Just 1 second. That is so sexy. Okay, so before I tweet it, let me I'm going to tweet it first. I'm going to tweet it first. Right. So this is what I'm doing. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Here we go. Fantastic. We've got some really intelligent people in the community. We've got some really intelligent people in the community. So as brother 2P saying here, what I'm saying is, although Dixie is in a bull market, although it is, this channel that we've just found here together, we just found this together, right? If this plays out and we get a nice little deviation here, time it with a halving and we start getting a top, sexy. Oh my goodness. Let me tweet this, lads and ladies. Let me tweet. Let me do the tweeting. So Dixie. And then also I want to have a look at the Bitcoin halving timer. The Bitcoin halving timer. And then what we'll do is we'll take a snippet. I'm going to take snippet of this one, right? Snipping tool. There we go. There we go, like that. And then do this. And then do that. Voila. There we go. If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, you can do so by going to go to Twitter and type in @TraderNJ1. So I'll bring up the tweet that I just put now. There we go. So this is my Twitter account, everyone. TraderNJ1. Okay. If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, if you are, so what I've done here is I've marked out the channel. All right. This is a huge channel. It's been from 2008. So we're talking about 14 years. All right. And then I've sort of highlighted the area where it all sort of meets in terms of the levels. And it kind of links up with the 2024 halving for Bitcoin. And what I've done here is I've added another picture to say there's 532 days before the next Bitcoin halving. All right. So that is a fantastic way to end off the episode. A fantastic way to end it off, because I'm so glad I found that on the stream with you guys. You know, that was pretty awesome. All right, so I'm going to shoot from here. Thank you all for joining the show. Thank you for making it interactive. Thank you for liking the video. We're almost at 100 likes. We're not that far away from it. I'm sure if you're watching this recorded, you can help out. We're 18 likes away from 100 likes. And of course, we are on our journey now. We are on the way to 5K subscribers. I can't believe how quick we're growing, and I can't believe how efficiently we're growing. You guys are awesome. That's just to say the least. So anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another episode of the NJ Show. We'll talk about CPI, we'll talk about Ethereum and whatnot. And then on Wednesday, we have a special guest joining the show as well. I'll update you guys on Twitter and Telegram. So if you're not tuned into my Telegram, you want to go into the link in the description below and join the Telegram, okay? So love you all. Take care. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. I'm going to go to the gym. Well, I'm going to finish this coffee and go to the gym. And we will see you all tomorrow for another episode of the NJ Show. All right, take care, everyone. Lots of love.